Josh Primo had a coming out party against the Thunder on Thursday night, showing off his newfound finishing ability with several self-created baskets like this extended finger roll off the glass with a help defender rotating over to contest. He showed composure with Lou Dort hounding him at half court, whipping out a violent behind the back to crossover combination that left Dort in the dust before scooping home an inside hand finish under Josh Giddey. And this next layup was by far his most impressive play of the night, so let's take a closer look in slow motion. Watch as Primo's stutter step crossover freezes Pokusevski, allowing him to get into a low gather, and even when Giddey gets a hand on the ball, Primo's massive mitts and hand strength keep it from getting dislodged, and he tops things off with a lefty lay using the rim to shield his shot, and there's so much more nuance to that finish than we saw a season ago. Even when he couldn't get all the way to the basket, Primo displayed soft touch on floaters, which is an encouraging sign considering he only hit them at a 26.7% clip his rookie go-round. And adding tools to his in-between game was always going to be his pathway to becoming a 3-level scorer. He isn't there yet, and this short-handed Thunder team is truly horrific, but the mere sight of him problem-solving his inability to round the corner on Jeng by executing a bump fade on this isolation possession is proof of progress. Primo got more on-ball reps, but it was nice to see him proactively cut within the flow of the offense when Trey Jones ran the show. He also got to the line 6 times against OKC, and while this trip to the charity stripe was due to him lowering the shoulder to draw contact on an out-of-position defender, I'm not sure better, more experienced teams would make the same mistake we see in this next possession. Primo beats Jalen Williams with a beautiful cross after a switch, but there's no reason for the rookie to push Primo in the back, especially when he was funneled to the rim without a clean layup or a clear passing outlet. Regardless, giving up a free throw to Primo is a terrible idea if you're the opposing team, because he has a silky smooth stroke and he'll probably drain them. Unfortunately, Primo was pretty foul happy himself with 7 in 42 preseason minutes, and here he gets beat backdoor and just half-heartedly shoves Jeremiah Robinson-Earl for an and one. Later in the game, he commits a foul in transition, putting his hands up too late to contest vertically, which results in his arms getting tangled with Trey Mann and sending him to the line for an and one. He allows yet another and one in the fourth quarter as he tries to brace himself on Williams when beat off the dribble, but just ends up pushing him in the back. But it wasn't all bad from Primo. He had the loudest stop of the night with this recovery block off the backboard, and let's watch that one more time. The timing on this rejection was fantastic, and it was all made possible by Doug McDermott providing help with a contest that forced Trey Mann to bring the ball back to the left side of the hoop. Turnovers were still an issue for Primo as he logged nearly 7 per 36 minutes, the second most of any player this preseason, including some just dribbling off his own foot. And while he can make the ball look like it's on a string, there are frequent lapses where someone cuts the rope and it goes careening out of bounds. But the real issue is live ball turnovers. Here, he completely telegraphs a pass to Jakob Poeltl, and the Thunder are headed the other way for a couple of easy fast break points at the 10. That said, Primo seemed to learn from his mistake, and he gets Jalen off his feet before squeezing the ball to Poeltl in a crowd for a one-handed slam. And growth as a playmaker can mean something as simple as hitting a teammate in stride so they can maintain an advantage in their momentum towards the rim. Primo is likely to see more pick-and-roll ball handler possessions, and he's already shown he can make basic reads and simple deliveries like this one. Although he's really struggled to generate much separation one-on-one at times and even had his dribble poked away by longer defenders, Primo rarely looks panicked, finding Poeltl flashing to the elbow before relocating and setting up for a catch-and-shoot 3. And despite my skepticism for an all-star outcome, there is plenty to love about Josh Primo.